Hello everyone, my name is Nicole Grant. I thank you for joining me for my presentation today of the fight of the Indians. My outline today starts with my thesis. Whenever we own land today, it is rightfully ours if we are paying the taxes to the county in which the land is located. However, the Indians were not afforded this right. My perspectives today start with Congress and the Northwest Ordinance, Thomas Jefferson's outlook, the government's great lengths to remove the opposed Indians. For a little background on the Indians, Indian tribes have been around for many, many years. Indians have always had an abundance of land. Indians stayed to themselves. Indians' lives were abruptly interrupted by European settlers. The Indians' land was taken from them involuntarily. Congress and the Northwest Ordinance. In 1787, Congress passed the Northwest Ordinance. This ordinance helped them to organize, do land surveying, and sell land around the Ohio and the Mississippi River. The Indians were assured that they would be treated with the utmost good faith concerning this ordinance. As expected, the Indian tribal leaders did not agree to sell their land. This was the beginning of the road of destruction for many Indian tribes. And due to the refusal of the United States proposal, the United States responded with military force against the Indians to seize their land. This is Thomas Jefferson and his outlook. Thomas Jefferson argued Indian removal occurred for the benefit of expanding the American nation and to protect the Indians. He also said the Indians had slowed in advancement as a tribe compared to the rest of the states. Jefferson believed removing the Indians would forever be the happiest course of the Indians, seeing as how the white settlers were coming and they were sneaking in and they were selling them alcohol, and this became a very big problem for the Indians. So he seen it that it would be best that they'd be moved to somewhere else. They wouldn't have to deal with alcohol or anything like that. The United States government told the white settlers that they would buy land from the Cherokees and other Indian tribes. That agreement was a lie, and the Cherokees did not agree to this deal. Some of the oldest states stretch from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mississippi River. These states were North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. The smaller states did not like this about the larger states, and they complained, and it was decided to reduce these states where the Indians resided. And this is how we come to this diagram here of the Trail of Tears. This represents where all the Indians were relocated to. The government's part in all of this, the government went to great lengths to gain compliance from the Indians. From 1866 to 1890, the United States Army was involved in 1,040 missions against the Indians. In total, the Indian nation was reduced by 90% since the arrival of the white settlers. In 1934, the Indians were offered citizenship despite being there before the white settlers. They were also offered voting rights. After many of years of living in hell, the Indians continued to have struggles. They lived in poverty. They had bad health while fighting for their own land ownership. And sadly today, the government is still fighting in courts with the Indians over land. As a country that says all people have the same rights as citizens, it's really sad to see that we are still fighting with our neighbor. I hope one day, very soon, that this fight will come to an end and that we can all live in peace with our neighbor, that they can have what's theirs and we'll have what's ours, and we don't have to covet what another person has. I thank you for tuning in with me today for this presentation of the Fight of the Indians. My name is Nicole Grant. This is for English 1301, and today's date is the 7th of December, 2017. Thank you.